Welcome to the Stacy A. Cross Show. I am Stacy A. Cross. There's no E in my name. Every Friday at 8 a.m., I'll be coming through. We're talking health, we're talking wealth, and we're talking happiness. I'm a believer of freedom, personal growth, and your journey to success. So go ahead and share, subscribe, listen to this show, because it's going to be an amazing one. As always, you can find me at www.thecomfortkillers.com. Thank you so much for being here. Let's go. Yes. Happy Friday, ladies, gentlemen, and Comfort Killers worldwide. It is May 25th. Yes, May 25th, 2018. A beautiful Friday. Get ready to jumpstart your weekend, aren't ya? Thank you for listening to another episode of the Stacy A. Cross Show, where we talk health, wealth, and happiness for individuals and entrepreneurs who are starting or are on their journey to success. It's Memorial Day weekend. My barber asked me, said, Stace, what are you doing this weekend? I took a second to realize, why is he asking me this? Because he knows for sure Stacy is always on her JOB, but it is a 3-day weekend for a lot of people. And honestly, here is how I look at it. So I'm not looking to go, crash your barbecue or the vacation deal to grab them. Honestly, at a point where each day is maximized to its fullest. And now Monday, it's not, for me at least, I don't know how many of you, but Monday, I'm going to use that time, maximize it. While everyone's out there eating ribs, chicken, and hot dogs, I am going to maximize and work on my most important project. And that important project, I'll give you more details about that at a later date. But on the other hand, I respect family. And it is definitely a time to gather and come together and eat. But do you know why you get that Memorial Day holiday? Why that Monday? Why is it now a 3-day weekend for most in America? Well, Memorial Day was first widely observed in May 1868. A celebration commemorated the sacrifices of the Civil War, and the proclamation was made by General John A. Logan. Okay? Participants decorated graves for more than 20,000 Union and Confederate soldiers, okay? I know it's a lot of history. You're not here for that history project, but I do want to let you know, if you have friends, family, close ones, co-workers, partners, anyone that served or has served in the U.S. military, and or if you live in this beautiful country and you want to keep shaping that, well, here's some things you could do. Okay, because I know we're going to hit the barbecue up. We're going to be licking our fingernails off. But here's what you could do. Send a note of thanks to veterans you know. I know some veterans. In fact, my business partner, co-founder of the Comfort Killers, is a U.S. Army veteran, okay? If you know someone who has lost a loved one in battle, offer to help with a household project or help meet a special need that they have. These are things that'll, help you. Visit a local cemetery or place flags or flowers on the graves of fallen soldiers. Fly the American flag at half-staff until noon. Participate in a national moment of remembrance at 3 p.m. Pause and think upon the meaning of Memorial Day. Pray for God's blessing on America. Ask for God's protection over all branches of our military. I have a cousin. I have family members who have served and are serving right now. So, because I'm doing this show on Friday, and I just want to say thank you. If any vets are any Comfort Killers, right? If you're a Comfort Killer, you are a vet, you're serving, I want to thank you. If I have any Comfort Killers who are friends and family of military men and women, please thank them for me. And today it is with great honor that I bring to you Delto Eli Alcantara. I'm going to say that again. Delto Eli Alcantara, who is an awesome individual, a veteran of the United States military, and an advocate for your money, more specifically your credit. Eli is the founder of Elite Credit LLC, which is a nationwide credit consulting agency, but he is located in sunny Florida. And Elite Credit not only repairs, but builds financial freedom. Stick around today, later on, for our talk and to see how you could better your net worth. And that's coming up in our wealth section. Okay. Well, before we get into the health segment, which is coming up in less than 2 minutes, I want to read a testimony sent in from Kimberly Henry, who recently completed my 30-day Building Blocks to Success video program. Kimberly states, after completing the Building Blocks to Success 30-day video program by the Comfort Killers, I am more disciplined than I ever had been before. Each day of this program, Stacy gives us life-changing tasks to do. Everything that we did in this program helps us to develop mental muscles so that we can be stronger mentally. I am grateful to have been a part of such a life-changing program. Well, thank you, Kimberly, for sending in that awesome testimony. I'm grateful for you as well. And I want to encourage you all to go through the 30-day course to see how it can help you in all areas of your life. The 30-day course is free for a limited time now. And you'll get a video every day helping you navigate principles and techniques that help you on your journey to success. Use what works, throw away what doesn't. Okay, it's simple. It's for you. Tailor it to the way you like. You will get some worksheets, some tasks, some resources, supplemental information, supplemental action points to help you along the way. So as long as you stick to it. Some of the topics include personal branding, meditation, removing negativity, prioritizing, organizing, drinking water, and much, much more. If you want access to the 30-day Building Blocks to Success video program, all you have to do is log on to www.thecomfortkillers.com. Again, that's www.thecomfortkillers.com and register to become a member. That's it. You go in the back end for Comfort Killers, where Comfort Killers live, breathe, and and explore and really develop themselves. So that's why I created that. Now, you know where to get me. If you don't, I want you to listen. Of course, you are right now, but also subscribe to my podcast. This podcast is on many channels. I'm not sure where you're listening to it, but it's on iTunes, it's on Spotify, it's on Stitcher, it's on Podbean. It's on really any podcast RSS feed player. If you don't know what that is, all you have to do, where do you listen to your podcast? You listen to it on the internet? If you do, that's stacyacross.com. So I want you to lock this down so you can get all the notifications. The shows come out Friday at 8 a.m. Also, I'm on social media. I might not be there, but I am on there. And that's at Stacy A. Cross, pretty much across all channels. Stacy A. Cross, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, you name it, I'm there. So definitely link me. But if you have questions, anything that you would like us to talk about in the categories of health, wealth, and happiness, all you have to do is email hello@thecomfortkillers.com. Let us know your feedback. Let us know what you think about the show. Let us know if you have any questions that you want us to talk about. That's the channel of communication so we could get you here. A little later on, I want to do a live call-in. So we're going to definitely set that up. We're working on that right now in the back end, and it is going to be available so you could call in the show. How amazing is that? And definitely get on air with me Friday morning at 8. How does that sound? I hope that sounds great for you. And I want to just keep plugging this information for you. This is viable information. It's going to help you on your journey to success. When I come back, short message. I want to come back and we're going to go right into the health today, the health segment. I am Stacy A. Cross. There is no E in my name. Thank you so much and welcome to another amazing show. Hey, do you want to be interviewed on the Stacy A. Cross Show? Do you have a company? Are you an entrepreneur? Are you living the best life ever? Well, I want to talk to you. All you have to do is fill out and complete a form on my website, www.thecomfortkillers.com/podcast. Go ahead, fill that form out, and I want to get you on the next show. Do it now. I want to interview you. Come on, man. Stop wasting time. Let's take action. Let's get to know each other and also have my audience know who you are and what your business provides. Let's chat. www.thecomfortkillers.com/podcast. See you there. Health, man, health. So we're here. Another weekend. I want to challenge each other now. in this health category. The health segment, because I got a bike. I got this $500 bike I'm looking at, and I got to ride it. In fact, I'm going to go ride it right after this, take a long ride down to the Schuylkill River in Philadelphia and around. But I have a challenge, because I'm not sure if you or anyone has ever told you that your body reacts to what we put in it. Has anyone ever said this term? There's a term called homeostasis. And just for the kicks of it, just for the hell of it, the other day I did a biology or anatomy and physiology quiz. Because as you know, nursing student. So, I was a nursing student. I'm still a damn nurse. I didn't finish, okay? But I get it. And I've always been fascinated with the body and how it adapts. It's so flexible, but yet it tells you, and it kind of talks to you in the term of how you're feeling or what's aching and what you need to work on. Well, lately, I got the bike, and I'm interested in my health, of course, on a daily basis. As entrepreneurs, we tend to lose ourselves a little bit in work and what we need to do. And we're like super focused, laser focused on all these tasks, all these different things, and the meetings and the calls and this and that. Well, I don't know that life. I don't know that life yet, but we tend to, not eat right, because we starve ourselves to the point where we're just working on this thing. And by the time we eat, we're like super hungry. I don't know if anyone had that. We're super hungry, so we go for anything and everything in our freaking zone. Even if we had the idea to, hey, today I'm going to start that thing. I'm going to eat plant-based. I'm going to eat more fish. I'm going to, all these beautiful things when your belly is full. That's when you make your plans, when your belly is full and you're like, oh, I feel like crap. But no, starting tomorrow or and I get it. So we have to kind of buffer this thing. So what works for me, and there is a book, and maybe I get it in a resource section in the description notes, but there's a book that says, the best time to work out, the best time to do certain things for creativity in your mind. And the morning, believe it or not, is the best time for writing, creativity, and kind of planning and that kind of stage, creative work. So, when you get up and run right to the gym, is it the most optimal time? Because after that workout, you're like, kind of like, oh my God, you jump in the shower and shit. You have to re-energize yourself. You've depleted yourself of the energy stored, because you're going in. You're like, man, but you feel great because your day is like, I did it today. Matter of fact, I went to the gym. I hit the gym in the morning. And then, but I in the early afternoon, this is what happened to me. And this is yesterday, because you're listening to this Friday morning. So obviously it makes sense if I say it's yesterday. I'm getting caught. So, I ate lunch, and if I don't have a salad with cucumbers and carrots, I feel like my body is saying, whoa, slow down. And it gets lethargic. And these are the little points where it's like, okay, I feel you. I hear what you're saying, bro. I hear it. And now we have to do something about it. So I have to take out any kind of large lunch. I'm talking about, even if it's a lump crab cake sandwich, that's the time where even after you eat, if you can make it a point to go to the gym at that point, because I know that, if you're working a 9 to 5, you can't be like, all right, it's time for lunch. And then guys, I'm out of here. I'm about to go to the gym, but you could take a walk around your place of employment or your place of enjoyment. If, it's around an area. When I was working at the airport, it was like a mile from end to end terminal. So, I never did it, but that would have been where you want to take a walk. As far as once your body starts talking to you, it's like, oh, I'm losing energy right now. And no matter, I don't believe in the Red Bull theory. perk up at 2:00 with all these things. I believe in this natural, how do you get more energy out of yourself naturally, right? But you have to start listening to your body. And that's a challenge that I have for us. There's a huge weight goal that, I want to drop, but I'm also counting calories, which I never thought I would be doing. But what I started doing, and which is helping me, is plotting on a graph paper. Yes. If you're on my Twitter, you saw it this morning, graphing, how much time I'm actually, exercising. If it's 15 minutes, 30 minutes by the day. So on the bottom, you see the days. On the side of the graph, the x-axis, y-axis, you see the time spent. Now, there is a definite correlation between time and energy. Okay, so, I know some people, they invest 2 hours, 3 hours in the gym. I don't need that much. That's really for the others. And if you're the others, great. But I just want the little things that we could do for ourselves is listen to ourselves. So if you get up and you want to take a walk, great. If you want to hit the gym, great. But that's really a powerful time for your creative juices. So I don't get up and just run to the gym. I can't do that. I get up, I write in my journal. I kind of sit there and I have some thought space, my thinking. And then in about 20 minutes or so, drink some water. Then about 20 minutes, then I start actually doing something. But if your gym option is the only option in the AM, then do that. But listen to your body after you eat. So there's a lot of talk about, I only eat once a day and I have this intermittent fasting going on. Well, I've tried intermittent fasting, but I don't know if I tried it to the T of its workability, because I just end up so hungry that, again, you get to the point where it's anything in your path, you're going to destroy it. I've done pretty good in minimizing at, all these fast food places and kind of Xing them out. But I have to get better at that. The portion of if you're out and about and you don't have healthy snacks with you, a bag of carrots, kale chips or whatever, then you're going to be on a manhunt. So the challenge that I want to put out for my comfort killers, and if you're in the health industry, or this is what you do, okay? Because, me, this is not what I do. I'm just, working at it every day, like pretty much everyone. But if this is what you do, I would love to talk to you and I'd love to get you on the health segment of this show. If we want to talk about intermittent fasting. And if this is something that you guys want to learn more about, reach out to me. And we'll definitely get an expert here in this segment to help us out with intermittent fasting and all these various things. But for me, I love riding the bike and hitting the gym when I feel the lull. I could do that. I work from home. I work from my office. I'm remote. I don't have to go in an employer, but I know others have to, or for the time being, they are. So I want to be able to help everyone out on all levels of individualism, entrepreneurship, and whatever you want to do. But I want you to focus on your health. And I guess, for this week, just listen to your body and answer your body. If it feels like low energy, what could you do to kind of trick it and say, okay, I'm going to give you the energy you want. Let's get this heart rate up. Let's go get a quick walk, 10, 15 minutes. And let's do that. So guys, thank you for listening to the health segment. That's what I have. But I'm challenging myself every day to get better. I drink tons of water, lots of it, and I got to get better at it. In fact, water intake is a part of the 30-day program. If you're not in the 30-day program, head over to thecomfortkillers.com right now, and let's get busy on that. But other than that, stick around because we have Eli, my friend Eli, Delto Eli, Alcantara. Oh, my God. Did I butcher your last name, bro? I'm so sorry. I said Alcantara. No, it's Alcantara. And he's coming up next. And we have a beautiful conversation. If you love this show and you want more of it, don't forget to subscribe, to engage, to share it out to your network. Have more people, get to it. You know, this is the realest, real, no fluff. Okay. No bluff. We're not here to make everything look pretty, because at the end of the day, everything that looks pretty, something shitty back there. Okay. So we want to be as real as possible and helping people of the world just get to that better place, a better version of themselves. But I have Delto Eli coming up, and we're going to talk a little bit about credit solutions, but first get to know him a little bit, and then we're going to go right into that. So thank you so much again for being here with me. I am Stacy A. Cross. There's no E in my name. We'll be right back. If you're ready to get your word and your message out about your product, service, yourself, what you're doing, and you want to garner support, well, we want you to sponsor a episode here on the Stacy A. Cross Show. We're an internationally syndicated show and can be found on all the major podcast outlets such as iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Podbean, Spotify, and much more. Get the attention that you rightfully deserve, and by me. Who else but to promote and get your message out there better than Stacy A. Cross? And there's no E in my name. Email us hello@thecomfortkillers.com and get started right now. Today I have Delto, here we go, Alcantara with me right now.
Hey.
Hey, Eli. Eli, what is going on? What's up? How's everything going on? I know you're in what, Miami?
Yes, ma'am. I'm in Miami, Miss Cross. Good old Sunshine State.
Oh, the Sunshine State. We're catching up right now. It's hot. I remember speaking a few months ago to you over the phone, and just your energy is amazing. And I love connecting with high energetic people, and you're energetic for life, about life. But for our listeners, could you give us a quick who am I background? Just bring us up to speed on who Delto Alcantara is. And then let's start this conversation and let them know why they need to listen to you.
So who am I? So I was born in a third world country, Dominican Republic, to two great parents, okay? Of course, like all things, and my Dominican people, we migrated to New York. My life was, it was interesting. I don't want to say a struggle because everybody has a West Side story. I want to say it was more a lot of learning. And with that learning and all the road bumps, we become who we are today, okay? So basically from New York, I migrated to Miami. Miami, when I graduated high school, I joined the United States Army. I thought I had a bigger purpose. Amazing things I did in the Army. I went to war a couple times. Towards the end of my Army career, I became a United States Army recruiter, which was amazing because I learned how to interact with people on a different level. I started to understand people and take my personal story and connect with people, because people need to understand that no matter what they're going through, they're not alone. So something as simple as helping other young lives become better, and you could afford that opportunity to them, it feels great. So me, yes, basically that's me in a nutshell. I have a West Side story. My West Side story could be comparable to everybody else that's around us, okay? We just are unique in a certain way that we don't understand, and our purpose comes later on in life, slowly but surely, after all the trials and tribulations that you face. Yes, a little bit more personal. I have 3 beautiful kids, okay? I was married for 12 years. Unfortunately for me, my marriage didn't go as planned, but it's okay because we still grow. Even in that stage of my life that it went, let me not say sideways, it went more like, okay, we hit a learning curve, but we grew out of that. And I feel like a better person now because I took my pain, I took everything that I dealt with through that transition from being married to divorce, and I applied it to my mental health and my growth, my internal growth. And now that's just another story I have in order to help those around me. Understand what I'm saying?
I love what you're saying. I love what you're saying. Keep going.
But so basically that's a little bit more. And now, as far as professional wise, I've achieved a lot. I've achieved a lot in such a short span of time. And I give thanks to that, to my mother. My mother has an amazing work ethic, okay? She was a single parent. My dad left at a young age, and that's all I had. So I witnessed my mom work 2 jobs, okay, to provide what she didn't have. And that, to me, within itself is an amazing quality. Because as parents, okay, we don't have a guidebook. There's no book of life that tells us how to live on a day-to-day basis. We become better by the mistakes that we make. And people see them as, oh my God, well, that's it. Your life is over. Well, oh my God, look what you did. It defines who you are. No, the defining moment in our mistakes is how we overcome that mistake. And that right there speaks volumes of your character. And that I applied to my professional life, because even though I had a very successful professional life, I made a lot of mistakes. But I turned those mistakes into lessons learned, applied them, and now that was a tool that I could use to give to those around me. You understand what I'm saying? And that's one part. Now, I became an entrepreneur about 2 years ago, okay? My mind has always been in the business world, all right? Now, I eventually wanted to be a motivational speaker, and with that, of course, it takes time. So I started doing little snippets on Instagram. My Instagram name is 60-Second Assassin. And I just like speaking about life within itself, because so many people don't have a voice. And people like you and I, Stacy, like you and I, like you, the Comfort Killer, and me, the 60-Second Assassin, we give hope to those people who feel they don't have a voice. Don't you agree?
I absolutely agree with that. Yes.
So like how your drive, your movement, Comfort Killers, you know, it took me to another level when I started reading about you and I followed you on Instagram, because it is true. You have to learn how to kill the comfort that you're living in. So many people are comfortable. So many people think that this is it for them and that's it. They're making $50,000 a year. They probably have a decent car and they're comfortable. They're not ready for when life throws them a curveball. And we teach them how to overcome that curveball. We teach them how to get out of that comfort zone, no matter what it takes. And that's what we're here for. That's basically it in a nutshell.
Delto, in a nutshell, you gave me so much ammo to unpack here. First of all, I want to thank you for your service, you know, in the Army, veteran, and what you do for our country, you know, in the time spent. And I know still now you're always going to have that stripe on your shoulder, man, being an Army vet. So thank you for your service to America.
You're welcome, Miss.
And
you're welcome. It's an honor.
Yeah, thank you. And so there's a lot of things here I want to first unpack. You know, we're going to go back a little bit because you gave me a lot of juice.
Do it.
So first of all, the West Side Story, I like that analogy. You know, hey, this is my West Side Story, but everyone has their own. Everyone has their story of struggle. I'm not even going to stay there. And you see, here's what I love about you is because you don't even want to stay there. Well, I'm telling you, hey, give me something about the past. And you're like, bro, that's just, everyone has that. Let's move off of that. That's there. And what I love that you said was everything is a learning. Everything is a learning experience. You gave me 4 situations here in your life, and each one of them, okay, the marriage, the divorce, okay, you know, you made a lot of mistakes. Each one of them, you turned them into this attitude of learning and how do I use that and apply it now so I don't go through that before, like later on. You know what I mean? All these mistakes, to me, that's just having a bulletproof mindset. And no wonder they call you the 60-second assassin. But tell me, how has the Army, the training, the routines there, how has that helped you out in your, you know, civilian professional life?
So one thing that I want to give the Army props for is I'm a saying that we say all the time, we learn how to adapt and overcome. Woo. There is no situation that we could get placed in that we don't know how to adapt and overcome. That is a skill set that is so hard to understand, but once you understand it and wrap your head around it and dissect it, you know how to adapt and overcome. You know, the amount of discipline that the Army teaches you, and you start applying it to your personal life, Because the Army is a professional life. When you apply all that discipline to your personal life and understand that if you are consistent with everything that you do and you apply discipline, and now you start acting and conducting yourself like a different human being. See, and that's one thing I love about the military. The military also now in the change, we call it the 2020 soldier, okay? They focus more on mindset. So I went to a beautiful class that the Army sent me to. It's called Master Resiliency Trainer. So the Army understood that now they want thinkers. They don't want just doers. Woo! See, they want you to use your brain instead of just doing. So I started teaching about resiliency, about the ability to bounce back no matter what situation that you're in. And that is the greatest tool, along with adapting and overcome, that I've learned. The ability to bounce back in whatever situation that you're in, no matter it be good or bad, just learn how to bounce back. Learn how to overcome icebergs and learn how to overcome thinking traps and energy management and all these cool things that I could spend hours talking to you about. And I know we got to keep it short, but yes, if we want to take away something from the Army, it's going to be the ability to learn how to adapt and overcome and the ability to bounce back from any adverse situations that you're in.
Hey, let's deep dive the energy traps. Tell me about that.
So the thinking trap?
The thinking traps, yeah.
So it is so cool because a thinking trap is something as simple as, well, let's paint a situation. You and I are talking right now and I hit a trigger. Let's say your trigger is you and your mom had a bad relationship growing up, right? Now you automatically fall into a thinking trap. Now you automatically are going in a downward spiral because that is a situation that you never was able to get over. Okay. So you no longer have a clear, your judgment now is clouded. Nothing is clear to you. You don't know how to move forward. There goes the thinking trap. Or if you're doing anything at work at the moment and you get reprimanded for whatever the reason it is, Stacy, okay? And you automatically say it's me, I messed up. Not, oh my God, I messed up. How do I fix it? So we fall into these mental traps that cloud our judgment. You know, when we don't know how to just take a step back, remove ourselves from the situation, no longer operate emotionally, but put logic into place. And that's the thinking trap. The emotional drive that clouds judgment, and just removing that, not completely, but to a certain extent, and now adding logic and putting everything into perspective and understanding what avenues of approach you're going to take to overcome that thinking trap.
You know what? It's so funny that you said that and you brought that to awareness, because you have that throughout your day. You mentioned at work. I remember one time at work where something didn't go my way. And you know that knot that you have in your stomach, this is before I was consciously aware of things, but you know, this knot that you could walk around like, what am I feel like? Why do I feel anxious? Why do I feel scared right now? Why is something bothering me, right? And then you go back in your timeline and you remember when it was you and your boss talking, and you didn't like, but the whole day you're spent in that cloudiness, like kind of feeling downward spiral you're talking about. So that's amazing that you said that. How can people bounce out of that? Is it just a framework or just recognizing that they're going through it?
No, it's a framework, because most of us don't recognize that we're going through it because it's second nature to us. Okay. So I always say, if you're not a person that recognizes it, we start by steps. You just first you write down how you feel. Okay. And there's discipline. So once you write down how you feel about the situation, then you write two different outcomes. What would you like to happen when you were put in that situation? Okay. Now you're looking at it from different perspectives. Now you remove yourself from the situation. All right. Now, the situation might not likely go in your head, like how you want it to go, but you could somewhat control the situation by controlling your emotions. So your boss tells you, I call you in, Stacy, listen, all your memos that you did today were messed up. The grammar was off. It wasn't how I liked it to be. I want you to stay late and I want you to fix it. So in that situation, Stacy, what would you do?
Me personally, I would take that into consideration and I would get the thing done.
Okay, so me, Now I'm going to use myself if I was in that situation. Well, I did the best that I could. I can't believe you don't appreciate me. Why do I have to stay late at work? And this is just me being emotional. I can't believe this. He doesn't value me. He doesn't think that I'm great, right? So that's what we fall into. Well, that's the emotional trap. Instead of saying, well, you know what? I messed up. I understand that I messed up. I apologize about that. Maybe I was going too fast. I'll be more than happy to stay after work because my work is a reflection of who I am.
Woo.
And people just don't see it like that much. See your work. See, Stacy, your work is your reflection. Your work ethic speaks volumes about who you are. See, you don't have to go into work and boast about, hey, listen, I'm great. See, I let my work speak about my character.
Yeah.
You get it? Like that's it. You are measured by what you produce. Nothing else. In this life, you're measured by what you produce. Not by how much you talk, but the results have to be there. Results are the only thing that matter.
I love
Any
that.
day of the week, twice on Sunday.
That's a quote right there. You know, measured by what you produce. And it should be in my new book, The Comfort Killers, Your Journey to Success. I don't know why that quote isn't in there. It's going to be in the next one, though, Eli, I'm telling you. Let's get into a point in your life. You're in Miami, okay? You're out of the Army. You're now in your professional life. You said you had a lot of mistakes, but you overcome, you adapted, you overcame, you were resilient. Now, tell us, you built the company, right? We're talking about you're a consultant, a credit repair consultant. Tell me more about Elite Credit. Is it?
Yes, Elite Credit. So basically, Elite Credit it's a consulting company. We do credit repair, credit education. We help people with their investment, budgeting, financial management, debt management. Okay. Now, my company is set up to be a service to the client. See, we're not here. My company is nothing without my clients. We're just a shelf. We're a shell, literally a shell. So I enjoy day in and day out. This is my passion to help people. I like when people come to me with problems and I'm able to solve their problems. We create solutions on a day in and day out. Now, I always say credit is important because when you don't have the liquid, you can use credit. That's why it is important to have good credit and excellent credit and great credit, all that good stuff. Anywhere between I always say 660 and up, that's amazing credit. You can get approved for a lot of stuff, okay? Yeah. And we help clients achieve those goals because you never know when you're going to use them. Something as simple as yesterday, I was in a situation that I saw somebody post something, and the post really, really pulled on me because there was another company, and the young lady she posted a picture of a text message thread for a potential client, and the client said, listen, I'm trying to save money, and my priority right now is not credit repair. And the person made fun of the client. They made fun of the client. And I decided to write back, and I told her, listen, it's unfair. It's a little bit ugly that you will put a potential client on blast for not having the priority to fix credit. See, that's how you lose clients. Hey, it's okay. They might not be ready at the moment, but you don't put them down. You empower them. Right. You let them know, okay, so then how can I help you manage your money better so I could create some financial freedom in one part of your life so you can invest it in another part of your life, not put a person down. Because, see, putting people down is what society has taught us to do. That's what society tells us is okay. Making fun of other people, not understanding other people's story. So if the story is not how you want to hear it, they're wrong. Well, nobody's really wrong. You get it? Like just because you can't at the moment doesn't mean that you're wrong. It only means that you can at the moment. Now, how do I help you? That's what makes our company different. If you say no to me, it's okay. I'm going to respond back. It's okay. So then how can I help you in whatever situation you are in now? What do we need to overcome together? Because listen, 90% of the battle is education and knowing. This is why I always say you got to be humble enough to know you know nothing. Humble enough to know you know nothing, no matter how much you know.
I know you're getting a lot of juice from this. And one of the reasons that I brought Eli here, Delto, the government, let's stay with the government for a little bit. But Delto on, because I know how important credit is. And, I love his values and ethics behind his company. And you're going to get a lot of that. And he's right about society putting these ways of reactions to us, all right? It's okay to react and make fun of people. It's okay to do this. It's okay to laugh at people. It's okay to bully people. And that's why, our society is going, in a direction where you believe it's going. Wherever you are at, that's where the society is going. Eli, Delto, have you ever heard this quote or this saying or this little story here? There was a gatekeeper outside of Babylon, and a gentleman came over looking for a new place to live, move his family, and goes to the gatekeeper and say, hey, listen, I'm thinking about moving. What type of people are in that city? So the gatekeeper says, what type of people you think is in this city? So he says, well, if it's anything like, where I just moved from, they're conniving, they're snakes, they're no good, they're bad people. And he said, well, the gatekeeper said, well, yes, that's who's here too. So he left. He's like, I'm not going back there, Then another person comes over and says, hey, what kind of people live in this city? And he says, well, what type of people you think lives in the city? So he says, friendly, beautiful, just loving, cheerful people. And he was like, yeah, that's the type of people that live in this city. So come on in. So do you agree that, what you see, your perception is all you see out there, and I'm trying to instill that in business. And you said a very powerful thing about your business is that you enjoy helping people. You enjoy giving people information that they probably never had. You enjoy, meeting people halfway, even when you see someone step on them, you bring them back up and make them feel good. So does that come at a cost? What cost does that come at? When do you start doing business, Eli?
Sure. I mean, you know what cost it comes in? And I want to say it's a little selfish, okay? Yep. But it's a personal thing. It makes you feel good as a person, and that within itself is so powerful because we in society, it gets frowned upon when you do good things, when you treat people with empathy, with compassion, with understanding, and that right there, it's rare. We've lost those values, those ethics, those morals, and if you could apply that to even a something small as a business, something small as an interaction with a person, that just speaks volume. And the cost is just your own personal being. Yeah. All right. You will feel so fulfilled. You could go to sleep saying, you know what, I made a difference in somebody's life today.
I love that.
Whether it was minute, whether it was huge, whether it was just asking them, hey, how are you feeling? How are you doing? Because I always encourage my people is to establish rapport with clients. Yes, the client already comes to us knowing that they need help. Okay? We don't need to emphasize that they need help. That's already there. That's why they contacted us. We need to ensure that the client feels comfortable with making a decision. We want to make sure that the client understands that this business runs because of the client, not because of me, not because of my team. We operate, we are up, the doors are open, the light is paid, the water is on, everybody gets paid because of the client.
Yep.
And most businesses fail because they don't understand that the clients come first. I'm a big believer. Listen, I don't have a schedule. I work 24/7, 365. Okay, it's hard because I have children and stuff like that. But the way I see it is, Stacy, you don't have the same schedule I have. Okay, and if I'm providing a service to you, I shouldn't punish you because I work 9 to 4 if you need me after 4. So I have a client that could only contact us at 11:30 at night because that's the only time she has in between her 2 jobs to discuss her credit profile and what is going on. And you know what I'm doing at 11:30 at night every 2 weeks? I'm on the phone with this client, Stacy, for 30 minutes, explaining to her what's going on. Single parent, 3 children, And ultimately, at the end of the day, she just wants to be heard. For 30 minutes, she feels like her life matters.
Oh, wow.
Like she matters. Like everything stopped to ensure that for 30 minutes, she is good and moving in a direction that's going to help her grow. And that's what we like doing. We like making our clients feel like they matter, their voice is heard. I always, I laugh because I tell my team, I'm like, dude, we're psychologists, psychiatrists, we're counselors, we're everything all in one. We get so deep with our clients and create such a bond that it can never be broken. It will never be broken because your clients now look at you different. It's so easy for them to refer people to you because they're like, hey, listen, dude, go with Eli, man. Go with Delto. Delto. Yeah, his services might cost a little bit more than the normal person, but what you learn and how much you grow with him, it's amazing. It's just not credit. You grow as a person.
And how you feel. Like I want to go to someone that makes me feel good about spending or investing money in that company. I want to feel good. It's a feeling that's attracting people. And you're a good person, so and you're there and giving the time and just there to connect with on a human basis, like pull away the services, pull away just the human level. You make me feel good. Now I trust you. That builds so much trust. And
Stacy, can you agree? Can you agree? Nowadays in society, we remove the human aspect from businesses.
Oh yeah.
And we just make it about the product.
Yep.
Customer service has diminished so much that anywhere you go, even to a gas station, you say good morning, and they look at you all weird.
Or they don't even look at you. They don't.
Or if you hold a door open for somebody, they don't even say thank you, or they don't even acknowledge you. Something as simple as I know I was in a position, which is crazy. I went to a meeting and it was a networking event, and I said good morning to a young lady, and she ignored me. And I asked her later, I'm like, listen, I just out of curiosity, I said good morning to you, and I'm wondering why you didn't respond back. And she told me, well, usually when guys say good morning to me, they want to get my number, they want to know more about me. And I was like, it's so sad because all I really wanted to say was good morning and ask you how your day was doing.
Right.
Simple conversation. We've lost the touch of simple conversation.
And the business, the person, the company, the brand, the human that brings that in, it's so easy to win nowadays, I think.
So easy.
It's so
easy to set yourself apart.
So easy. And that's the secret. And that's the secret. Like, people want to know what the secret is. It's be a human. That's it.
Hey, if you want to achieve what others can't achieve, you got to do what others are not willing to do.
Love it. I love the quote. Love it. Let me give
and that's go ahead.
Now, I just want to give them, before you go in here, I want to give them a testimony that I pulled from your Instagram, EliteCreditLLC.com. For those listening and they're like, hey, listen, I got some credit questions. EliteCreditLLC.com. That's how you get in touch with Delto, a.k.a. Eli, a.k.a. the 60-second assassin. Here goes this testimony. I just wanted to personally say thank you for everything you have done for me. I never thought in a million years that in less than 6 months, I will go from having the worst credit score ever to having this score and being completely debt-free. I am so grateful. You guys are the best ever. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There must have been like 16 thank yous in that. And I just want to give you another one. And this is for the listeners here. Oh my God, I can't believe you did it. You got all of the bad accounts off my credit in such a short time. You are the best. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And here's another one. Thanks so much. You guys are the best. When I started in December, my score was 425. Still way more to accomplish my financial goal, but there is no money that paid what you guys do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, what? You're like killing it. People are loving what you're doing, constantly sending you back that praise and enjoyment of what they're seeing, because it's more than a service. You know what I mean? You're changing their life. You're allowing them to be investors later on. You're allowing them to live their life without that hawk on their back, So guys,
I'm creating financial freedom. Woo! That's all I'm doing.
Financial freedom.
I'm doing a simple service to the society. I'm helping people have a second option when they're put in a financial bind.
Love it.
That's what we do.
Love it.
Simple.
Spoke about the thinking trap and how just one thought could put you in a cloud, downward spiral. So now that you're not even responding correctly, you're not reacting correctly, you're in a loop, you're in a daze. Society puts you in. Maybe some other thing happened. And you have to be able to get out of that thinking trap so that you could put some logic into your experience. And I learned that you care about people, Delto. I learned that you care about people first. That's first. That's number one on your list. How is my interaction with people? What am I doing for people? I care about people. And then you add that in your business. And from that, people really seem to respond. Not only are you providing them a service, you're giving them financial freedom, which is priceless. And let me just give you this website again. It's elitecreditllc.com. That's elitecreditllc.com for those that are interested to learn more about what Delto can do for you and your credit and financial freedom. What else do you have for me?
Basically, I not much other than I really, really honor the opportunity that you gave me to let my voice be heard. You know, it's so, and me and for myself right now, while I sit here and I speak to you, I have such a sense of pride and passion and admiration for what you're doing, because society needs this. Okay, we need this for ourselves. We need this for our children. We need this for generations to come, because what we're trying to do, Stacy, we're trying to create a shift. We're trying to create a shift that puts down that we put down our phone and start using our brains. You know, that we start self-reflecting and impacting those around us. And that's basically it in a nutshell. And I love it. I love it. I love today's conversation. I hope we have a lot of more future conversations like this. I enjoy it. I enjoy it, and I enjoy it, and I enjoy it. This is my passion. And for you guys out there that are listening, you know, if you go to my website and you just don't want to do credit repair, you just want to talk, I'm always available. I'm always available, because 90% of the battle is education. Education, education, education. And we're not talking about a piece of paper that you put on the wall. It's what you know that you can add to your toolbox. I have a lot of tools. Stacy has a lot of tools in her toolbox. It gets heavy at times because we don't have enough people to reach out to us to give them tools. But we're always willing. We're always willing to give out tools. Whether it's a hammer or a screw or a screwdriver, whatever tools you need, we will give them to you. And that, I'm talking metaphorically speaking now. But we have the tools, people. Just reach out. Don't ever be scared. Your voice will always be heard with us.
There you have it. You heard from my friend Delto Eli Alcantara, and he's amazing. All his information will be in today's show notes or the description, so you can definitely reach out to him for yourself. He's on Instagram. All that information, his connection, his handle, his URL, everything will be in the show notes. So I want to thank my good friend Eli. Delto, thank you so much for coming by. And I want to give a great big hug, shout out, energy vibration to another friend from across the pond. His name is Utam R. Miraz, and I had the pleasure of speaking to him. We haven't spoken for about 1 year, and he was very active on Facebook. And, you know, around the time I was very active on Facebook, and then, you know, he really went on his path and his journey, and I did as well. So we didn't really have a good connection up until last week, and we got on a phone call together, and he really shaked my world. And he told me about a book. He said, hey, do you have this book? And I said, no, I never read it. I don't have it. And while he was talking, I was looking up on Amazon to get this book. And it turns out I came inside my home and I had the book on my shelf. And it's such a powerful book because it's already doing magic and doing the work for you and pulling the energy and this vibration towards it. And I couldn't believe that I had the book on my shelf. And I want to read a quick note about it. And we were discussing this, and a lot of people, you would think that you're not supposed to be selfish. You're supposed to please others. And we're in the happiness part of this, and it's the last part of this show today. And I want to thank you so much for listening to the Stacy A. Cross Show. And I want to read exactly from this book. I'm going to take it word for word. And the book is Ask, and it is given Learning to Manifest Your Desires. It's by Esther and Jerry Hicks, The Teachings of Abraham. So if you don't have the book, go ahead and get the book. I've been reading this book literally 2 pages a day in the morning. Remember, I said I get up in the morning, and I really don't. I really get in my thinking and my energy and meditation and creative space. Well, I read a couple pages of this book. When we talk about being selfish, and I heard it again, and I'm a firm believer of you have to really hone in on your time and really take that power back to you, because people will suck you dry. I was sucked dry. I'm telling you, a lot of people on the internet sucked me dry, and I had to come to terms with it. And I said I allowed it, okay, because I didn't pull that time for myself. And maybe you're getting sucked and pulled in all different directions, and I want to let you know in this part here, you must be selfish enough to align with well-being. Now, well-being is a stream that's flowing always. You are in power. You are always in a stream of goodness, well-being, health, prosperity, abundance, okay? Anything that when you're not receiving that means that you're resisting it, or you're blocking it, or you're sending out vibrations that don't allow it. So just focus on the words of this. I'm going to read a couple paragraphs here, and that'll be for our happiness segment. But also read the show notes. Go ahead and do everything you can. I love having you here, and we're going to take it out right after this reading. Some worry, if I selfishly achieve what I want, wouldn't I be unfairly taking it from others? But that concern is based on the misconception that there is a limit of available abundance. They worry that if they take too much of the pie, others will be left with nothing, while in reality, the pie expands in proportion to the vibrational requests of all of you. You never say, I feel guilty about the abundance of good health that I have been living, so I have decided that I will be sick for the next couple of years in order to allow someone who has been sick the opportunity to use my opportunity or my portion of wellness for himself. Think about that. For you understand that by your being well, you are in no way depriving another of the experience of wellness. There are some who fear that a selfish person may deliberately intend harm to another, but it is not possible for someone who is connected to source energy to wish harm upon another, for those vibrations are not compatible. Some say, I saw a picture of a mass murderer and he looked gleeful. He showed no remorse at all. He said he enjoyed what he did, but you have no way of accurately accessing what he is feeling. You experience your own emotions because of the relationship between your desire and your current state of thought about the subject, but you have no way of accurately feeling his emotion. It is our absolute promise to you that no one connected to source energy would ever cause harm to another. They lash out in their defensiveness or in their disconnectedness, but never from their state of connection. You must understand that the ultimate act of selfishness is to connect with self. And when you do that, you are pure, positive energy focused in this physical body. If everyone on your planet were connected to their own source energy, there would be no assaults, but there would be no jealousy, insecurity, or uncomfortable feelings of competition. If everyone understood the power of their own being, they would not seek to control others. Any feelings of insecurity, and hatred are born from your disconnection with who you are. Your selfish connection with well-being would bring only well-being. I hope that was for someone out there. And thank you so much for sticking around with me today. It's a long show. We go from 45 minutes to an hour. Every Friday here, you got me, the Stacy A. Cross Show. I am Stacy A. Cross. There is no E in my name, but more so, I am your friend. I am your confidant. I am your leader. I am your coach. I am your, I was going to say friend again, but I'm your partner in this all. And I want to send some love vibration out to everyone here. Health, wealth, and happiness, entire scope of life. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. Shout out. And thank you to all our vets out there, anyone that served. Eli, thank you so much. And everyone here, Comfort Killers, thank you for listening. Bye. You've just listened to a episode of the Stacy A. Cross Show. You can subscribe and get more episodes on my website, stacyacross.com, and my company's website, thecomfortkillers.com. As always, you can get me on all my social media at Stacy A. Cross. Go ahead and subscribe, and we will see you next week. I am.